Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cards to Diecast 4 channel. I want to thank you all for watching, and in this video it is now time for us to break open one hobby box worth of 2020 Panini Prizm Racing. Before we break open this box though, let's get a couple things out of the way just in case you want to invest in these boxes maybe once the price goes down a bit. First off, if you're in the Bubba Wallace autographs, Bubba Wallace will be a redemption autograph for this release. He's been notorious for doing that the last few releases, and so once again that will be the case, and Panini will take a while in order to redeem that card, I believe, because if you remember the one-of-one Bubba Wallace release or redemption that I pulled from Prime earlier this year, I have yet to receive that card, so be on the wait for that. Another thing that's going to happen when you break open these boxes here is that for some reason Panini has come up with the bright idea of having not one but two one-of-one parallels for virtually every card in this release. When we take a look at the box here, you'll see it's just your standard deal. Just in case if you are wondering, it's going to be 12 packs, 12 and 12, 12 packs, 12 cards each. It will have 4 autographs. They will all be sticker. They initially, advertisements did have this being set as on-card autographs except for Brad Keselowski. That has changed, but I believe in this instance I'm going to go ahead and go along with Panini on this one, and I'll show you why, my logic here later on in the video. But when we look around the box here, same deal as you would expect. It does have a couple hobby exclusives here, the red and blue Hyper Prizm parallels. Those will be hobby exclusive. But when we take a look over here on this side, it says look for hobby exclusive gold vinyl parallels numbered to 1. So it appears that when you buy these hobby boxes, if you want to secure a gold vinyl one-of-one, you got to go through the hobby boxes here. However, when you look at the checklist, there's also a black finite one-of-one, and this includes the autographs and it includes virtually every parallel here. So therefore, there will be 2 one-of-ones for every card here, including the autographs. So for example, you want the Haley Deegan one-of-one endorsements, if we're able to pull it out of this box, or anyone else out there is able to, hey, you got the gold vinyl one-of-one. But it looks like from just reading this that once the blasters come out, if you want the black finite one-of-one, you got to go through them. So it looks like there's going to be one-of-one variations that are going to be exclusive to each of the releases there. So keep that in mind if you're somebody who wants to invest in these boxes, because that does seem a little bit cheap to have 2 one-of-ones. You know, what's the point? So unfortunately, it looks like there will not be a true one-of-one for any card here in this line. And then finally, once we, speaking of one-of-ones here, I'll go ahead and showcase some of the one-of-ones that have already been pulled, just in case those are cards that you're particularly looking for. I know Chase Elliott's was it the scripted signatures. I may be mistaken, but I know that one-of-one's been pulled. Richard Petty's patent and penmanship gold vinyl. Of course, these are all gold vinyls. That has also been pulled, that one-of-one. And then Kevin Harvick's endorsements, I believe, that too has also been pulled as well. So, of course, as time goes on, more one-of-ones will be pulled, but that's just a quick update for the first one-of-ones that have been broken out to the open market. So enough now with the chit chat. It's already been about 3-4 minutes. Now it's time for us to go ahead and break open this box and see what we can pull out here. So again, we're going to be breaking 12 packs with 12 cards apiece. That's going to be 144 cards in total. Again, 4 autographs. Bubba Wallace is the only redemption driver that I know of as of this moment. And then when we break the box open, that's what the packs look like when they're still in the box. And then this is how the packs actually look when you actually have them in hand. So with that said, let's go ahead and start cracking. Alright, so it's been a while. I'm a little bit tardy in showcasing this release, so I don't think I'm going to go back and front with every single card here. We're just going to go through some of the main hits and we'll just move on from there. So again, and this is another thing right here, I will give Panini props. A lot of the cards will have new photography, but if you're into Danica Patrick, obviously we've been looking at that card for the last almost 3 years now, and it's just been this card or a variation of her 2018 Daytona 500 cards or images. So unfortunately, if you're looking for some new Danica cards to look at, you're not going to be getting them. Flip it around and that will do it. Now I think Before we also continue, when you see the checkered flag design here on the back, this means that this might be a short print or a variation, I believe. I could be mistaken, but again, I do not believe that's actually one of the base cards here. As we take a look here at this Dillon hit, I believe this is one of the base cards, and you could tell there by the actual number on the checklist label right there. And when we go back to the Danica, you'll see that it just has Danica for the name right there. So here we go now. This is Powertrain. This is for Joey Logano. We have Christian Eckers. This is his base card here. And here we have our first hit. This is going to be one of the stained glass hits, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And this is the purple Pulsar, it looks like. I do not believe this is going to be numbered when we flip the card around. And actually it is, excuse me. This is 6 of 75, so this is our first numbered hit of the release for Joey Logano. And going back to this real quick, this is actually called Purple Disco. This is what this is called right here, and that is out of 75. Here we have Velocity for Ryan Newman, featuring that card, I think, that the car that he had that near fatal accident with in Daytona. Here we have Stars and Stripes. Again, there's a lot of inserts here with this release, but again, this is, I believe this is just the prismatic base version. Here we have Hailie Deegan, one of her several rookie cards that she has in here, and this appears to be the base version. This is number 56 on the checklist right there for Hailie Deegan. Stained glass base. I believe there's one per pack here. This one's for Kurt Busch. Flip the card around right there. And then we have Alex Bowman and his rookie, or his base card, excuse me. And then we have Eric Jones, who sounds like, as of this video, is heading over to Richard Petty's ride. And then we have Ryan Blaney. And that will do it for pack number 1. Busting open pack number 2. Again, we'll save the autographs for the end. There will be no memorabilia hits, so if you're into memorabilia, this will not be the release you want to invest in. We got Riley Herbst, and his rookie card there. We have Dale Jr. I believe this might be the, no, this is actually one of the, well, yeah, this is actually one of the SP or the short printed or the variation cards, excuse me. We have Joey Logano. We have Powertrain, again, for this time Kevin Harvick. We have another Cathedral, or rather a stained glass. This one here is, what is this, the blue? And it is not numbered. So this might be that exclusive that I was reading. Yes, it looks like this might be the Hyper Blue. But unfortunately, it is not numbered. But if you want to complete the whole set, that's something you're going to have to go after. Looks like we have our first autograph, so we'll be setting that aside. This one here is for Chris Buescher. Again, it looks like we have our first autograph. Setting that aside, then we have Jeb Burton. We have stained glass for Brad Keselowski. We have Jimmy Johnson, who is just about to retire here from full-time competition in NASCAR. We have Joey Gase, and then to wrap up the second pack, we will have a Rowdy, this time for Kyle Busch. And that, I believe, when we flip it around, it does have that checker flag design, so that is the variation. We are at pack number 3 now. Of course, we've already pulled our first autograph, but again, we will save that for the end. We have Tyler Reddick now. This is his base card here. We have Brittany Zamora, another rehashed image, but I do believe with the Stars and Stripes, there's a new photo of her. So at least there is a little something fresh from that standpoint. We have Velocity, this time for Clint Boyer. We have ourselves Kevin Harvick and a base card for him. And then we have ourselves our second numbered hit. This is a Mosaic for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I believe this is called the Mosaic. And then when we flip the card around, I believe this will be numbered out of 195 out of 199. So a pretty high number hit there nonetheless. But I mean, take a look at these designs here. Panini has really improved, I believe. In fact, I hope we're able to pull a rainbow. If not, I'll show one at the end of this video. But I really do enjoy those rainbows from this year's release. We have Reid Sorensen. This is a blue. Flip the card around. It is not numbered, so this must be one of the Hyper Blues. And then we have National Pride for Hailie Deegan. Insert card there, but it does not appear to be numbered. Austin Cindric. base card for him. We have Powertrain, this time for Eric Jones in his sports clip car. Clint Boyer, another base card for him. Kyle Busch's base card. And then we will conclude with Velocity for Martin Truex Jr. in base. Here we go now with pack number 4. And I think we may have our next autograph in line here, but we will see Clint Boyer with the stained glass. That's a base. Harrison Burton, again, base. Lots of base cards in here. John Hunter Nemechek, base. Tony Stewart, that is a base card for him. Brad Keselowski, and then we have a prismatic stained glass for Ryan Blaney. And then we do have our second autograph, which we will set aside here. And then we have Thad Moffitt, followed by stained glass base for Bubba Wallace. Denny Hamlin. We have a Joe Graf Jr. And then we have Richard Petty, and that will again be a base. And then we have the little Daytona 500 contest cards there. Here we go again. Now this is going to be for pack number 5, I believe. I've already lost count. Remember to like and subscribe if you are enjoying this video. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers if I can here. Powertrain for Jimmy Johnson. We had Todd Gilliland and his base card. We have Jimmy Johnson showcasing all the championship trophies. We have Velocity for Kyle Busch, and then we have ourselves is this a Hyper Blue for Brett Moffitt? It might be, I believe that's what it is. Some of these I might get wrong, excuse me if I am. And then we have again another Brad Moffitt, but this time it appears to be the red. And this too will be not numbered. Then we have Apex for Chase Elliott. Corey LaJoy wearing the COVID mask. I really wish for days that those things could be tossed away there. Powertrain, it really just does not seem to be very normal to me. But that's my own opinion. Ryan Preece. Gray Goulding base, and then finally we will conclude with yet another base for Velocity, Ryan Newman. So at least we're getting a lot of the base out of the way. Hopefully we'll be able to showcase a lot more hits here. We are about to hit the halfway point. In fact, I think we may have already reached it. This is either pack 6 or 7. 2 autographs have already been pulled. Again, we'll showcase them at the end. Again, that same Jimmy Johnson, another Velocity. Starting to get to some of the same cards here again. Michael Annett, base card there. Then we have stained glass for Ryan Newman. And then here we have a mosaic stained glass. This time it is for Clint Boyer. Really hoping that we could get ourselves a rainbow hit here. This one is 41, teammate number out of 199. 41 of 199. For Clint Boyer. Powertrain, this time for Kurt Busch. Apex for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And it looks like we have nothing but base cards from here on out. Here we have Thad Moffitt again, Bubba Wallace, stained glass, and then we have Denny Hamlin, Joe Graf, and Richard Petty. Those are base cards concluding this pack. Here we go now with our next pack. Again, it's going to be featuring Brett Moffitt. Base card for Reid Sorensen. Then we have Bubba Wallace. I think this might be a variation. It is indeed. We're doing the skydiving gimmick. And then we have Justin Allgaier. If I can remember these people's names. We have Denny Hamlin, who's been on a roll this season. Powertrain hit for him. And then we have another blue, this time for Ryan Newman in stained glass. Flip the card around. It is not numbered. Stars and Stripes for Joey Logano. Corey LaJoy, again, we've seen that card. A Powertrain for Kurt Busch, we've seen that. Ryan Preece, for those of you who are Ryan Preece fans, there's a base card for him. Followed by 2 more base cards, this time for Gray Goulding, and the Velocity for Ryan Newman, which we have already seen. Got about 4 packs left, including this one here, so hopefully we can really get ourselves a good hit. I really want to showcase something nice for you guys. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. base, followed by Christopher Bell, base card for him. We have Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Velocity in base. Michael Self. And then we have ourselves, maybe this is a hyper blue, this time for Kyle Busch, Velocity. But it does not appear to be numbered, unfortunately. And then we have Ryan Preece. And we have our next autograph, which we will set aside. That's the prismatic version. We have Chris Buescher. Base for Ryan Blaney. Brandon Jones. And then we have bases for Denny Hamlin and Matt Benedetto. We got 3 more packs to go. We have 3 of our 4 autographs, and we really haven't hit any low number parallels, which I hope we could change here with the next few packs. If not, I'll try to find something online to see if I can at least showcase that to you. Joey Logano stained glass base. We have Michael McDowell base, Jesse Little base. Here is another variation of Hailie Deegan, supposedly a rookie card, but you know, at this point it's kind of overkill with her rookie cards. I still just go back to Donruss from 2018. Then we have the prismatic version of Denny Hamlin. Is this the variation? Indeed it is. In fact, this one here is numbered, so excuse me, this is the pink. I believe this is pink here. Hopefully I didn't oversee that with some of the other cards. This is pink, and this is going to be numbered out of 50. This one is particularly 40 of 50, and also I will say, this here has the feeling of the optic cards. This is not that weak, flimsy, prismatic hits, if you remember from 2018, I believe. Those cards just did not feel right. But this here, they feel like the optic cards. These cards feel very good, so good job, Panini, on that front. Here we have a red for Michael Annett. And I believe when we turn this around, this might be one of the hyper reds, perhaps, or at least a red. This is a next level for Hailie Deegan, so we get another variation. Of course, finally getting some new photos from Miss Deegan. Turn that around, give you a back on that. Then we have Kurt Busch base card, Powertrain for Chase Elliott, Spencer Boyd, Chase Elliott base, and then Velocity for Jimmy Johnson. 2 more packs to go. Again, if you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe to the Cards Diecast 4 channel. Really helps out the algorithm, if you will. We have Austin Dillon, Powertrain, this time for Hailie Deegan. Get that front and back for her. We have William Byron, whose autograph I believe are live. Usually he's a redemption in the last few releases, but he, I believe, has autographs that are live. That was Brent Holmes right there. Then we have Alex Bowman for Velocity. We have Greg Galding, and then we have our final autograph, which we will set aside over here. So it doesn't look like we're going to have a mega autograph to showcase, but nonetheless, though, they are autographs. Prismatic hit there for Greg Galding. Then we have Chase Briscoe, who's a contention for the Xfinity Championship. Then we have Kevin Harvick, Zane Smith base, Justin Haley base, and 7-time champion variation, I believe, for Jimmy Johnson. And indeed it is. Final pack. Here we go with our final pack here. Let's see if we can pull a gold, or maybe get one of those gold vinyls out of the way. Ryan Blaney. We have stained glass for Austin Dillon. Noah Gragson. That's a rookie card for him, I think. Bubba Wallace. Then we have, I guess this is the hyper blue for Michael Annett, so this probably won't be numbered, and it won't be. And then we have a standard blue for Brett Moffitt. Flip the card around. Is this numbered? No, it is not. Then we have numbers, 88 this time for Alex Bowman in base. And it looks like everything else is just going to be base. So we got Vinnie Miller, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Powertrain, Eric Almirola, Martin Truex Jr., and then Denny Hamlin. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to give you guys a 1 of 1. It doesn't look like any of the autographs are 1 of 1s. Didn't really get anything low number, but then again, let me go through these 4 autographs here and see if I can at least give you something hot to look at. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, not the best box, but sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but at least I will go ahead and showcase what hits I do have to showcase. This one here is going to be a scripted signature autograph for Brett Holmes. This is a base, no number. And then we are going to have Cole Custer. and a mosaic of his scripted signatures. I mean, but that's excellent designs right there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely fantastic. But it does not appear to be a high or low number card. No, it won't be. It's going to be 91 of 99. So I think those mosaics, for the most part, are out of 99. And then we have a couple of cool design autographs here. This one is that green spiral, I believe it's called. But just take a look at the design here. The design with these cards, the construction of the cards, as I said, and I'm going to try to show a couple other parallels here in a second from images I found on eBay. But Panini has really redeemed themselves, I think, for the most part. But this one here is for Clint Boyer, and this is his endorsement autograph, and it is the green spiral, as I said. Flip the card around. I'm sure these vary from driver to driver. This one is 8 of 75. I'm sure for some other drivers like Danica or Dale Jr., they're going to be a little bit shorter printed. And then we have Matt Benedetto in the same design. This is the spiral green scripted signatures autograph. He's going to be getting one more year with the Wood brothers, and after that it's going to be up in the air as to what will happen to him afterwards. But this one here is 61 of 75. So that will do it for this box. Again, not the best box, but overall, ladies and gentlemen, I believe this is a thumbs up. Overall, when it comes to the construction of the cards, when it comes to the designs of the cards, I mean, these are some cool hits that you can get. For me, of course, I've kind of scaled back on my card collecting because I have virtually everything that I need. If I want anything else, it's purely because I want it. There are a couple of missing parallels, but that may end up being how it's going to be the rest of my life, unfortunately. I may end up selling my collection before I even end up finding an opportunity to even get some of these cards here. But overall, though, I think this is a fun deal to buy one box or so. When the blasters come out, maybe buy several of those boxes as well. Again, I believe the gold vinyl will be exclusive to the hobby line. The black finite probably will be something that you can find out of blaster boxes. That's one of the big negatives of this deal, is that there's going to be 2 one-of-ones for every card, including all the cards that you see here, which really waters down the collectability and increases the difficulty in trying to complete a complete set. Why Panini did that, I don't know, other than maybe trying to make the blaster boxes look a little more attractive, if you will. But let's go ahead and give a couple other parallel look at. Let's go ahead and take a look at a rainbow here. This one's for, I believe, Terry Labonte, patent and penmanship. I think I found that on the internet. And just look at the design of that card. Absolutely fantastic. And again, we've seen some of the one-of-ones from the early part of the video, but right now, still no black finites to showcase to you all. Once the blasters come out, I think those will be the exclusive for that. And maybe when the blasters come out, I might buy about 3 or 4 boxes and do a break then. But overall, though, again, this box here, not particularly good, but this release overall, I'll give a thumbs up for Panini in trying to increase their quality with NASCAR. This is the Cards of Diecast 4 channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to please leave a like and to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And with that said, I will see you all later. I forgot to showcase one last pack. I was using one pack to kind of hold up the light here. So let's quickly go through this and see if we can get something else here. Ryan Newman, Velocity for Eric Almirola. Brandon Brown, Eric Almirola. We have Derek Kraus, if I could even showcase these cards right. Then we have Ryan Newman. This looks like this is going to be the only hit here. Stained Glass Red. Then we have Fireworks for Chase Elliott. Cole Custer, yeah, just a bunch of base cards. So unfortunately I wasn't able to showcase anything. But again, please like and subscribe. See you all later.